that much. Nonetheless, that is Tamamos. So, time to move on to the next character. Picking... Who's next? We got Nameless. Okay, oh boy, we got a good one here. Give me a second to check his active skills. So, again, I'll do the buff skill last, like I did for Charlie and Nero. I prefer to do it like that. We'll do this one last, so we'll go with these 4 skills first. First off, it's just showcasing his basic attacks. What am I doing? I can just do this. So, what... Now, after this whole talking... I'm almost using our usual talking. Okay, so to start off. Okay. Here's his full basic light chain. Really fine. I keep forgetting, by the way, to show the single heavy. It's usually not very good, but actually on Archer is actually pretty fine. So, 1 light, 1 heavy. And aerials. 2 light, 1 heavy, which is actually pretty nice. 3 light, 1 heavy, which is also pretty good. Then 1 heavy, 2 heavy. That's 4 light, 2 heavy. And that's the end of his basic strings. He's got actually really good basic attacks, if you haven't noticed. They're really good, solid. And they only get better with his buff skill. But that's for later. Either way, his basic attacks are really nice. Technically, he could also do air infinites, but he's not the best at that. He's much better in the ground. He's a much better grounded character. Like, ridiculously good on the ground. Now, what do his skills do? So first, Blade works. This seems familiar, doesn't it? Projection injection. Ranting. And 3 crane waves. You can redirect this, by the way. As you notice. There you go. And those are the skills I'm showcasing right now. So I'm gonna talk about each of them right now. So first off, Blade works. This skill is so fast and so good. The good thing about this skill, it has a really short cooldown. Like, it's almost already up again, by the way. It is really fast coming out of cooldown. It's instantaneous, has a good area of effect, and it's just pretty nice damage. And this can be comboed into from a lot of his stuff. Like, you can literally go from some of his stuff into just Blade Works immediately. Not that though, not that skill. Not projection injection. But Blade Works just has a lot of utility, and the only negative about it, if it gets blocked, you're kinda stuck a little there. You're kinda stuck a little, but it's not too bad of a problem. It's still, you're not stuck for that long, as you can see. Anyways, projection injections next. So he shoots this arrow on the sky and it hits away from him. This skill is not the most useful. The big problem with this skill, it's really hard to hit, and I mean really hard to hit. This skill is some hard times hitting its targets, because it has the hitbox is very specific of where it hits, so it makes it hitting the skill a real pain in the bum. On the other hand though, it technically goes through walls or above walls and stuff, so on the other side of walls like this, I'm gonna show you at least, as you can see, it passes through walls. Blade Works also does, but there are skills that don't, like Runting does not. Like, let me just show you. Yeah, it goes through walls, as you can see, and hits on the other side. So, it has that advantage, but again, it's... he has much more useful skills than that. Ranting! This thing is amazing. So this thing can be comboed from basic attacks from freaking just about everywhere in existence. Just so you know, this, like, you could do something like this into Runting, and probably it will work. Runting is that fast. Another big advantage is Runting, if you're blocking, is a very good option out of block, because if they are attacking you, you can just activate it, get the hell out of dodge, and hit them with that, and they are just gonna be in a world of pain. Runting just has so much nice utility, since not only is it a really damaging skill, has a decent area upwards, so this is very good for people that like to, you know, be in the air. And it just hurts a lot. Okay, it just hurts a lot. So it's a really good skill. I don't use it, mainly because I prefer one other skill over it, but you definitely, if you want to use it, it is a very good skill nonetheless. 3 Crane Wings. Now this skill has a problem. Now it's like Gladiusianus, but unlike Narrows, it's the only good one with damage is the last strike. Technically it's as good as Gladiusianus from Narrow, but it has a bit of a problem. It's a little slower, if you haven't noticed already, especially that third strike, and you're not exactly invincible during those things. What it does have of good is that the first 2 strikes of this go through counters. Yep, these 2 first strikes ignore counter completely and take people out of counter. It's that good on that department. It is a very good anti-counter ability. On the other hand though, as I said, it's really slow and it can be punished very easily. The third strike is not anti-counter. If they know what they're doing and don't immediately counter the first one, they are screwed. You are screwed, basically. If they counter on the first or second hit, you're good. If they counter on the third one, you're doomed. So it's kind of like this, a guy that knows about this ability will not counter until the third strike comes along. Okay, just warning. But if they are countering, you can use it just immediately, like the first attack, and then, you know, you're screwed. You're gonna take a lot of damage. And that's 3 Crane Wings in a nutshell. So let's go back to the base camp and change our skills, because we can't change in the midst of a fight. They really needed a practice one. They really did, in my opinion, to make this a lot easier. Customize. Now I'm gonna show you the last 3 skills on him, and I'll keep Blade Works because I want to show something. Supreme Moon Cell, Fake Colored Bull, again, projection loading. Let's go into battle. So now I'm gonna show you the rest of his skills, and I'll let you again take your own gander at them. Again, you use what you want in the end. I am giving recommendations, but this is for multiplayer mainly, not for single player. Single player, do whatever you want, man. Everything works. Technically, everything works in single player. Okay, so for Supreme Moon Cell Swords, also the range increases on each strike, so that's not happening. Big Khaled Bolt. Boom! This was directed by Michael Bay indeed. And projection loading. Look at those swords. Yeah, just a warning, your range is much higher on basics with that. It is much bigger. It is just... It's ridiculous how big your range becomes once you activate his buff. It is dumb high range. As you can see, everything just gets more range. Like, of your basic attacks. It's a really good skill, buff skill, and obviously it also has the, you know, bonus of being a buff skill that you can hit stun from people on drive. Now, it increases the range of everything, of basic attacks, but it does not, I think it does not increase the damage. Now, This, again, his buff skill is really strong though, like just the increase in ranges by itself. Also it looks amazing, but the increase in range is just great on your basic attacks, so there's no reason to not bring his basic attack increase. The only problem with the skill is, as you can notice, it takes a little bit to charge. Like, you can't really do much while you're doing that, by the way. So, good luck with that part. Now, Supreme Moon Cell Sword. This is ridiculously good, and you can combo that into Blade Works. If you hit someone with Supreme Moon Cell Swords, Blade Works will hit that person on the way down. Just warning. You gotta be a bit fast, but you can do it like this into Blade Works. Just immediately. Congratulations, you've just done a ton of damage to someone. It also is really fast coming out. The range is also not half bad either. It's also good for clearing and getting drive. It's just a really good skill in general. Then you have Free Collat. Now this skill you gotta be a bit careful, as you notice. You can't just use it willy-nilly, but it has a pretty good range, and you can catch people off guard with it. You are vulnerable while shooting it though. Be careful. That's the problem. Once it goes off though, you're fine, but once it goes off, it has a pretty good area, as you can kindly see. It's also very good drive gain skill like Blade Works. Even Supreme Moon Cell Sword gives you a good amount of drive. His basic attacks also give you a good amount of drive. His skills are just really good. These skills in general I have is the skill build I use, but you can substitute Collat Bulk for Runting in my opinion. Now, I'm gonna show you a little bit of him on attack speed, which is kind of funny. How freaking fast he can be. Kansubakia. Even Collat Bulk doesn't become as bad with attack speed on. Yeah, he's pretty good with attack speed. And on drive, he is a monster. Just while he's on drive, be goddamn careful about everything he does, because he can probably kill you really easily. Just with this into Blade Works. You can use the new Spike Collat Bulk. You'll have extra range. And you wanna know what's even the best part? This drive skill is great. It is a fast it's a fast drive skill. 2, it gives you immunity during it. And 3, he does not even announce it very loudly. The best part of it is actually very hard to know he's using his drive skill, because the audio cue for him while you're in the enemy team is so low sometimes. You can't even tell. It is a really good drive skill. Just a really nice drive skill. And if you haven't noticed already of me just giving him all the praise in the world, because literally he is probably one of the better characters in this game. Now, he does not have a counter, but who gives a fudge? Again, he has the buff skill. The biggest, I guess, problem would be his damage numbers, I guess, would be a little bit of a problem, because Blade Works does not do that much damage. It still does good damage, it's just not as much as other things. The reason why he's not top tier is because he is very honest, I'd say, would be the more easy to say. He doesn't have any skills. Like, he cannot combo all his skills into all his skills. He doesn't have any broken skills, technically. All these skills are not exactly broken. They're good, they're strong, but they're not broken. And, like, his drive game, while good, is not the best in the game. But he is still, by far and away, probably the best archer in the game. Like, it is hard to tell, it's hard to say that there's a better archer than him. What was that? That was weird. But either way, we can go into multiplayer now and do a bit of show off on, you know, Nameless. I think that's seems like a good idea. So let me, why am I searching for a room when I know there's none? Let's see, create a room. I don't think I have messages. No. Okay. Grab Nameless. Yeah, I know the order is different there, but I'm doing by the order of the single player. So, again, here's builds. Again, this is the build I use on the right. Bladeworks, Mooncell Swords, Fake Bulk, and Projection Loading. You almost always want Projection Loading and Bladeworks. I'm almost assured you want these two at the least. You can substitute Supreme Mooncell Swords and Fake Bulk. Supreme Mooncell Swords you can substitute for Free Crane Wings. It's really your option here. Free Crane Wings is riskier than Supreme Mooncell Swords, but technically reward is better. But it's a lot more risky than Supreme Mooncell. And Fake Bulk for Runting. Fake Bulk being the riskier one, and Runting being the more safe one. But again, both are good. This is the build I will use though for this showing off of him. Heh, show off. So yeah, that's the basis of what this character will be about. I know, again, as I have stated before though, don't forget if you have any questions in chat, type in chat, I will answer as best of my ability. Either way, so how do you want to start off a match? So, depends on... Now, there is an enemy Tamamo there. You would not do this usually. But you can start off the match by Blade Work. Get behind... If not, get behind cover and, you know, activate your buff. We're gonna... This is what I wanted to show. See? Blade Works hit Arjuna in the air. See? Try and use Bulk to grab drive. If you don't have your skills up, do 2 light 1 heavy for that, because it's really strong. It's 2 light 1 heavy. Congratulations, you've got drive. It gets drive really fast. Once you're on drive, go ham. Supreme Mooncell Swords will kill on drive. By the way, it will. It will just kill on drive. So, take advantage of just your skills being really fast, by the way. You do want to take advantage of that. I think I missed. There you go. Yeah, Supreme Mooncell Swords is really redunculous. And obviously, once you're out on drive skill. Just drive skill. After that, back to the usual. Just try and farm drive. Buy Big Bulk from safety when you can. Do a lot of damage. Blade Works when you can. Don't forget to activate your buff skill even if you have to get out of point. Again, if you catch someone with basics, Supreme Mooncell Swords into Blade Works. And there you go. There's your combo. That's his best combo, probably. Oh, skill combo, I mean. 2 has 4 lights into Supreme Mooncell Swords. And then Blade Works to finish it off. The rest of the damage. Anyways, the point's gonna change. So we're gonna... Oh, nice. We get NP. Also, Blade Works is pretty good to get NP towers. Or towers in general, so use that. That time it didn't work, but usually it does. Also, that hits below. You can see? Let's go ham. Once you have drive, just go ham. Literally. You're basically one of the strongest characters on drive, probably. You can easily kill with Supreme Mooncell Swords and do a lot of damage with your other skills. It's, again, not as easy as Charlie has it. Again, Charlie is hard to just outpace in this, but he's still one of the most redunculous characters. Does not have a lot of the weaknesses Charlie has, and he's just a really strong character. So what's my prerogative on Archer? Really strong character with a really good buff skill, really good skills in general, with only one skill technically being meh, yes, only one of the skills is meh. Everything else is very usable on him and very strong. And none of them are broken per se, but he can combo some of those skills into each other and you can get some neat combos. Some of them are only usable against the wall, but I'm not a pro at Emiya, so I can't show you those. You'd have to ask like some other better player of Emiya than me. Nonetheless, what is the verdict for him from D to EX? So D, C, B, A, S, EX. He's S tier. He's one of the strongest characters in this game. He is high S tier, I'd say. He is literally one of the best characters, one of the strongest characters in the game. It's like top freaking 5-6 characters, he's up there. He is one of the most ridiculous ones. I'd say top 10. We'll say he is definitely in the top 10 characters in this game. Easily top 10 character. So you cannot go wrong with Archer. He is just really good, really solid, really strong. He has some nuance, but not the most nuance in the game either. So in general, verdict is really strong character, really fun to play as well, and just really very effective character. It's just use him. There's not a lot of reasons not to use Emiya.